Families are doing their best to celebrate the holiday amid the coronavirus pandemic. A San Francisco health director says the greatest gift we can give to our mothers this Mother's Day is to stay away. Don't go visit your mom in person this year. Dr. Nicole Saphier is our guest now. She's a mother of three herself. Her new book, Make America Healthy Again, is out now. Dr. Saphier, thanks for joining us. What do you make of that warning out of San Francisco? Don't go visit your mother.
Well, John, look, I think a lot of people right now are feeling the same thing. We're missing our families. We're missing hugging our loved ones. I mean, I'm actually supposed to be in Arizona right now visiting my mom on this beautiful Mother's Day, but unfortunately I'm not. I'm home. That's because I'm a doctor. My husband's a doctor. We're both in and out of the hospitals. So I say to people, you have to look at the risk. And, you know, every family is different. We're rather high risk. My husband and I are around patients all day long. And so it would be selfish of me to actually go and fly and visit my mother, who would be considered more high risk. So you have to look at each individual family, as take it as one. It's not black and white. It's not one size fits all. So the best thing you can do is try and keep people safe. We still have this virus circulating around. We know that the older they get or those with chronic illnesses are more vulnerable to this viral illness. So although we all want to be with our loved ones and our family right now, the truth is sometimes you may just have to use your digital ways to connect. Hopefully next Mother's Day we can all be together.
But Dr. Saphier, you also have children, and when you're around the virus yourself, don't you worry about bringing it home and spreading it among your kids?
Well, I absolutely do, John, and I'll tell you right now, I'm becoming increasingly concerned as we are starting to see this vague inflammatory reaction response in children across the country. It just actually gave it a name this week called pediatric multisystem inflammatory syndrome, and they've seen in about 85 children getting sick, the majority of them being in New York right now, but it's more of like an inflammatory autoimmune response, and they're linking it to children who may have had COVID. They didn't know they had COVID, but they're either testing positive with the antibodies or the nasal swabs. And so this is definitely something you want to keep an eye out, because we've thought up till now that the kids were actually faring just fine, but this syndrome is actually quite concerning. And so I'm watching it very closely. We take all the proper precautions we can when we come into the house, just like many other Americans are doing. They're trying to keep things as clean as possible, and I think everyone's washing their hands a little bit more. And you just always want to do what's best for you and your family, and that's what we're trying to do.
What about the progress on a virus? Does it? On a vaccine for the virus. Does it appear to you that we're going to have something like that in the next, 3 months, 6 months?
Well, John, listen, I'm very optimistic in the fact that we have gotten to human trials faster than ever before. I mean, this is historic time that's been made right now, and there are many companies across the globe starting in human trials already right now for a vaccine. The honest to goodness truth is not only is it just a matter of producing a vaccine, we need to make sure that not only that it works, that it's effective, but that it's going to be safe. And unfortunately, that does take some time. You have heard several companies say that they think by the end of 2020 that they may actually be able to have a vaccine and have enough production that they're going to be able to distribute it. But I would say in reality, that's cautiously optimistic, but the reality is it would be early 2021 before we have a vaccine, if any of these vaccines actually do prove effective. So we can't just sit and wait for that vaccine. We have to continue living our lives while keeping people safe as possible.
The new book is Make America Healthy Again. Dr. Nicole Saphier, our guest. Thanks very much for being with us, and we hope you continue to keep the virus out of your lives.